My name is Emily. I am 32 years old. I am saying this now because I have carried it for too long. I made a choice that still sits in my chest. It feels warm and heavy at the same time. I do not say it with pride. I say it because it is true. I live alone in a small apartment near my office. Every morning I wake before the alarm. I sit on the edge of the bed and breathe. I make coffee, I drink it slowly, I watch the steam rise and fade. I dress in quiet colors. I tie my hair back. I check my phone and see nothing new. That calm used to feel safe. Later, it felt empty. I work in an office with glass walls and soft lights. My desk faces a window. I like that. I like to see the sky change. My days are simple. Emails, meetings, notes in a small book. I eat lunch at my desk. I smile when needed. I keep my voice even. I am good at my job. People trust me. My boss noticed that early. He noticed my work. He noticed my care. He thanked me in a way that felt real. He is older than me. He is married. I knew that from the start. He wore a ring. He spoke of his family in short, clean lines. I did not ask questions. I told myself it was not my place. At first, it was only work. He asked for help. I stayed late. We talked about deadlines and plans. The office grew quiet around us. The lights dimmed. The building breathed. I liked the focus. I liked being seen. He listened when I spoke. He remembered small details. He asked if I ate. He asked if I slept. Those questions felt kind. They felt rare. I told myself this was normal. I told myself I was strong. I told myself I was safe. Over time, the space between words changed. Silence stayed longer. Our eyes met and did not move away. My name sounded different when he said it. I felt my heart answer before my mind did. I felt my hands warm. I felt my face flush. I tried to pull back. I left earlier. I spoke less. I kept my door open. Still, something had shifted. It lived in me now. It followed me home. I thought of him while washing dishes. I thought of him while brushing my teeth. I did not like this. I did not stop it. One evening, we stayed late again. The city outside was dark. The office was quiet. The air felt close. We talked about nothing important. He stood near my desk. He did not touch me. Not yet. I felt the moment before it happened. It was like standing at the edge of a step you do not see. He reached for my hand. It was gentle. It was slow. I could have moved away. I did not. My fingers closed around his without thinking. My chest tightened. My breath changed. The room felt smaller. We did not speak. He leaned in. I leaned in, too. Our lips met. It was soft at first, then it was not. I felt the world narrow to that point. The kiss was warm and real. His hand rested at my waist. My body answered him. I knew it was wrong. I did it anyway. We stopped. We stood there. We breathed. He said my name. He said we should not. I nodded. My hands shook. My skin felt awake. We did not go further that night, but something had already crossed a line. After that, everything changed. We tried to act normal. We failed. Our glances held meaning. Our voices softened. We found reasons to be alone. Each time, I told myself it would be the last. Each time, it was not. The intimacy grew in quiet ways, a touch on the arm that stayed too long, a shared smile that said too much. One night, it became more. The office door was closed, the lights were low. He pulled me close. I felt his breath at my neck. I felt his hand steady me. We kissed again, deeper this time, slower. I pressed my forehead to his and closed my eyes. We did not need words. Our bodies spoke in small movements. His hand traced my back. I leaned into him. The closeness felt like comfort. It felt like being chosen. I forgot the ring on his hand. I forgot the life he had outside that room. I forgot myself. After, I sat alone at my desk. The chair felt cold. My heart beat fast and then slow. Guilt arrived without sound. It did not shout. It waited. Days passed. The secret lived between us. It made everything sharp. I watched him speak to others. I saw his ring. I felt small. I felt special. I felt ashamed. These feelings did not agree with each other. They pulled me apart. I stopped sleeping well. I stared at the ceiling. I replayed moments. I changed my clothes and changed again. I avoided mirrors. At work, I smiled more than before. My body felt tight. My thoughts moved in circles. He tried to keep things calm. He said it was complicated. He said he cared. He said we should be careful. Those words did not ease me. They made the space inside me louder. I wanted clarity. I did not ask for it. The turning moment came on a normal afternoon. I was alone at my desk. The office hummed. I looked at my notes. I saw my own handwriting. It was neat. It was steady. I realized how much effort it took to keep this secret alive. I felt tired in a deep place. I thought about his life. I thought about mine. I saw how little room there was for truth. I understood something simple and hard. I was not choosing love. I was choosing to disappear. That truth sat with me. It did not rush. It did not need drama. It felt clear. I closed my notebook. I stood up. My legs were steady. My hands were calm. I asked to speak with him. We stood by the window. I kept my voice even. I said I could not do this anymore. I said it was hurting me. I did not blame him. I did not defend myself. I spoke slowly. He listened. He nodded. He looked tired. He said he understood. There was sadness there. There was relief, too. We did not touch. That mattered. The days after were quiet. I felt the loss. I felt the space. I felt the guilt loosen its grip. Work became work again. Coffee tasted like coffee. The sky outside my window returned to being just the sky. I am not proud of what I did, but I am honest about it. I learned that attention can feel like love when you are lonely. I learned that secrets ask for more than they give. Now, when I sit alone in the morning, I breathe. I drink my coffee. I feel present. The memory is still there, but it does not rule me. It is like a scar that reminds me where not to step again.